Like I think like parties should be free. It should be a place where like people feels comfortable and not like, oh, I'm gonna spend like all the money that I made on the week. When I first moved to New York, I was 19.
Okay.
So I couldn't really like go out.
Okay.
I didn't have like a fake ID. Like I didn't know anyone also.
Okay.
So I was just like in my room, like playing like my ukulele or like my bongos, or trying to make some music, but I was not partying at all.
Tell me a little bit about Mi Casa Tu Casa.
Dude, like I harassed the Taqueria, like just to let me do the party. Like I was going there every day until they let me do it. And after the first party, they were like, dude, like you wanna keep doing things here? And I was like, yeah, I was, of course. And I think like the most important thing, it's like good energy. You know, like you go to a party and my friends are your friends. If you like me, I'm pretty sure that you will like my friends. The second thing is music. The music has to be good. I like to feel the emotions, to feel what I'm feeling right now, and then embrace it, and then complement it with music.
Isaac, thank you for coming on to Tiny Table Radio. I really appreciate you being over here.
Thank you for the invite. I really appreciate like everything, and this is like really cool. I really like it.
Thank you. We just connected recently over Instagram, so tell me your story. How did you get into DJing?
I got into DJing because of music. I started partying when I was like 15, and then I just kept going and listening like more artists, and you know, like going to more parties. And my best friend from Mexico, he bought his controller one day, and he just like invited me over like to learn how to do it. Like, and we both discovered the world, like the music world and the DJing world. And since then it was like, okay, this is my thing. I really like it.
So was that when you were 15 as well?
No. That happened like when I was like 19, 20.
Okay.
And I was just going to his apartment and, you know, like to jam and whatever. But like, I was like mostly like just like overlooking himself, like what he was doing. And then when I came here, I bought my controller.
Okay.
And then I started like
that's when
being a bedroom DJ.
So where did you learn? Where were you then?
In Astoria.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's where you became a bedroom DJ in
Exactly.
Astoria, and you started partying in New York or somewhere else?
Well, when I first moved to New York, I was 19.
Okay.
So I couldn't really like go out.
Okay.
I didn't have like a fake ID. Like I didn't know anyone also.
Okay.
So I was just like in my room, like playing like my ukulele or like my bongos, or trying to make some music, but I was not partying at all. Even like to get cigarettes was so hard.
A bit of a culture shock for you coming here?
It was different, yeah. Because like I had like my life in Mexico, like I had all my friends. I knew already where to go, where to party and everything. And I came here and I didn't know anyone. And it was like, wow, like I'm fucked. But it was good. It was like a detox, you know?
Yeah,
like, I took some time for myself. I learned so many things.
Okay.
Like in my inner self. So it was good.
Nice.
It was therapeutic.
Anything that you still carry with you that stands out?
I don't know. Like I think like I learned that it's also really good to have like some time for yourself and just like to get outside of like the world and just like meditate and, you know, like towards what your goals or what you want to do or like your next steps, you know. Like, that's one thing that I carry all the time.
So you've been playing for a few years, 2 or 3 years now. Are there any events or shows or gigs that you've done that have stood out to you?
Yeah, I had this set. It was also like a recorded set at Le Petit Box. They're really good friends of mine. Nice. I met them like through the set. I hit them up, like they invited me to play, and like a lot of friends pull up, and I don't know, it was like a shocking experience because I was so nervous. I was being recorded, like just the vibe and the energy in the room and like the music like start talking by itself, and everyone was sweating. It was like a really small room, so people was like taking turns like to go out to take some air and then coming back, and like it was supposed to be like a 1 hour set, and they just kept telling me like keep going, and I did the longest set that they have.
That's always a good sign when they tell you to keep going, huh?
Yeah, it felt so good, and like the energy was really, really nice. So I think that is one of my favorite sets that I have got so far.
Nice.
And it was like full of like friends, and that means a lot.
You prefer it when you're playing with friends and people are around that you know, and they
Yeah, I really like that. I like the music to speak, like when I don't have words to say. So I think like my friends can feel that energy, and it's like if we connect in a different level.
Yeah.
So I also like to play like for people that I don't know, because also it helps me like to get to know more people. But I really like when my friends are around. Like
Nice.
it gives me energy.
Tell me a little bit about Mi Casa Tu Casa. What is that? What inspired that?
I was a bedroom DJ in Astoria, and then I met this group of friends, and they threw like a small festival in Upstate, and they invited me to play, and I played there, and they were like, "Dude, like, what the fuck? Like, you need to go out. Like, you need to really like look the way like to start playing somewhere. Like, people need to listen like the music." And like they really encouraged me like to start like kind of like pursuing the career or like going through it. And I was like, I didn't know like too many people on the scene. I was going to party, but mostly like all the times was like by myself. And also like when I go to party, like I really like to close my eyes, being like somewhere around like a good speaker, and then just like lose myself in the momentum and the music. So I was not socializing that much at that time. And then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna start like a project, and I'm gonna like invite my friends, and that's how it started. And then I started like meeting more people, and I started like knowing like making more friends. And I was like, dude, like this community is really really nice.
Nice.
And it feels good, and I like it.
Where does Mi Casa Tu Casa take place? Is it a regular event or just kind of when you feel like it?
It started in a taqueria in Ridgewood. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to do like a party. So I just started planning the party, and I got like some sponsors, like a mezcal sponsor and like a wine sponsor. And dude, like I had rushed the taqueria, like just to let me do the party. Like I was going there every day telling them like, dude, please let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. Until they let me do it.
How long did that take?
Dude, it took me like 1 month. Like,
persistence, huh?
Persistence, yeah. I was going there, I mean, not every day, but I was going there like really constantly, and just like talking like to all the owners and be like, dude, like, listen, this is like a good idea. Like, it's gonna work for both of us. And they let me do it. And it was like really, really good turnout. And after the first party, they were like, dude, like, you wanna keep doing things here? And I was like, yeah, I was, of course.
Yeah.
I knew that I didn't want to throw like a party like every week, because it's so hard and it's a lot of work. But I was like, dude, like we can make like some recordings. I don't know if you have heard about X Pizza. X Pizza was on Financial District, and they were doing like recordings, also like DJ sets. And like I knew about them, and they inspired me, because like they shut down the pizzeria. I think like the rent was too expensive, and they couldn't like keep going. And I was like, dude, like, you know, if it's not a pizzeria, then let's do it on a taqueria. And that's how it started. And we kept doing it for 3 months, and after like a couple times, like at the end we decided that it was not working like in the taqueria anymore. So I stopped doing it, and then I got like a little depressed, because it was like, dude, like I want to keep doing this, but I don't find a place, because like people was offering me like other places like to do it, but I wanted to do it with the right vibe, you know, like I didn't want to do it just to do it.
Sure.
And then I kept going. I hit TBA when they were open, and I told them that it was gonna be my birthday, and then I wanted to do like a party there. So I threw a party over there, and the party was really, really good. And after that, they told me like, if you wanna keep doing parties here, like you're welcome.
Nice.
So I kept going. Then after like the fourth party, they were like, oh, we're gonna close TBA. And it was crazy, because like they just kept postergating like the closing. And I don't think that it was because of me that I was throwing the parties, because they were open like other days, several weeks. But a lot of friends that they didn't know about TBA, that they were going to my parties, they start going to TBA.
Yeah.
Because they knew TBA because of that.
Yeah.
So it felt like really, really nice. Like the turnout. Then they closed TBA, and I didn't really find that. I haven't found another place where to do it, but I also start like the project now in my apartment.
Okay.
And we're having like some recordings. Sometimes we invite friends and we cook for them, and
Nice.
you know, like it's really nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
like a
fun.
small gathering.
Yeah, I feel like TBA was supposed to close for months and it didn't stay
Yeah,
open, right?
yeah. They stayed open and they just
It's sad that they are
kept
closed
going.
now.
I
It's
know.
unfortunate. Well, that's cool that you figured out how to bring it into your home, but it sounds like, even without really planting very deep roots or being here for very long, you were able to bring a crowd to a venue and fill it up and continue to be asked back and welcomed back. So, what do you think is really important for somebody who might want to throw a party to be able to like bring people in, because it sounds like you that came pretty naturally to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the most important thing it's like good energy.
Mhm.
Like invite good friends that they fit like the energy, and because like like you go to a party and my friends are your friends
Yeah.
because I know the people that I hang out with.
Yeah.
So like if you like me, I'm pretty sure that you will like my friends.
Mm.
And then they start making like friends out of friends, and like just like it became big. And that's like the most important thing, I think, like community oriented, and like really like focus on like having the right people, and then eventually everything is gonna grow. And the second thing is music. The music has to be good all the time, like curating a lineup, like from the beginning to the end. It has to make sense, otherwise like people will lose connection. And if the lineup is like going like from like something crazy to something like soft, then like you lose momentum and
Mhm.
people start leaving.
Mhm.
So I think that that's the other important thing.
You're not the first guest to mention that, that curation or like understanding the energy is important, but also how important community is
Yeah,
to anything, right? Because without the people, I mean, that's such a big reason why dance music exists anyways, community and connection and a place to feel
exactly.
safe and express yourself. Do you intend to keep Mi Casa Tu Casa at your apartment for the time being, or are you looking at
uh,
potentially another space?
like there's like a lot of clubs. Unfortunately, like the scene like sometimes can be like a little closed, like to new like people, and like like close minded, but it's fine. I think it's part of the process. I'm just trying to find like a place where like people can come in and like bring their own booze, and like I don't want to charge people like to listen music. If they want to cooperate with something, it's amazing, but like I think like parties should be free. It should be a place where like people feels comfortable, and not like, oh, I'm gonna spend like all the money that I made on the week.
Hopefully the right place comes along and you can figure out how to
I know
take it
that
out of the apartment.
it's gonna come. It's gonna
There you
come
go.
eventually.
Let's shift a little bit into your DJing. I did hear a bit of your set from the Petit Box, and it was really fun to listen to. But how would you describe your style when you play?
I don't think that I really have a style like per se. Usually, like I'm like switching from genre to genre, and everything depends on the crowd. Like I really like to see the crowd and what they like, and like I know how I want to start my set, and like while I'm going, then like I start like improvising and just like feeling what is working or what is not working, and then like what is working, like then I just like continue that pattern.
Is there any artist or track in particular that's caught your ear lately that you're like throwing it in almost every set you play?
Yeah, there's this DJ, Romanian dude, and his name is Hostox. I think
Okay.
like he's my favorite DJ so far, like a producer. Like as a producer, he's so creative. He plays like really, really nice minimal, but also like it's so funky, and like he uses like a lot of guitars in his productions, and I play the guitar, and that really catch my ear.
Nice.
Like when I hear guitars, it's wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm similar with piano. I grew up playing piano,
nice.
so I always love a good piano
I,
chord progression in
I
some
feel
house
that.
music. If you could collaborate with any artist, would it be him or
Yeah, yeah, especially to produce music.
yeah?
Like if I could, like yeah, I would like to have a track with him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you produce at all?
Well, I'm like, like playing some instruments and I'm starting to get into it. One of my roommates, he's a producer. So we're like going like through that, but I like to take my time and, like to make sure that do it at the right moment and
Sure.
when it feels like good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't want to just like do it like because everybody is doing it. Like
Mhm.
I want to do it because like I feel like it.
So for DJing and for, finding music or curating, a playlist or a crate for a specific event, what's that creative process like for you? Are you looking at different sites and sort of putting things together in your head before? Do you plan a set, or is it just a little bit more freestyle?
Well, I curate my playlist. I have like my playlist by genre, and then like I kind of know like the tracks that I have in each playlist. But also, when I play like on a club, I like to know the vibe of the club
Mhm.
and which kind of crowd goes to that club and like who's the DJ that is gonna play after me and who's gonna play before.
Mhm.
Based on that, I make something that will make sense and
Mhm.
not just like thinking about myself, but also like thinking about these other elements that will make like a good party going because I like good parties and like I don't want to be the person that will ruin the party.
Yeah, I think that's a really like conscious approach to it, right? Of like, okay, where do I fit into this and how can I make the night as good as possible for anybody who's here, and not just
Exactly.
like, playing for yourself, which is also important and fun, but
Yeah.
if you're playing at a bigger venue, I think that's it's a really good way to approach it. So it's no wonder you haven't been DJing for that long, but you understand how to make fit into that type of stuff. So I think that's
Yeah,
great.
especially like like also like the time where you're playing,
Hmm.
and it's like if you're opening a set a night, I like opening because I like also like slow music, and it's like sexy and like people like start like talking and like they're like, oh, what's going on? And
Yeah,
I think it's like a really like nice moment like opening a party
yeah.
because like if you don't open right, then like the whole party is like messed up.
It is such an art form to
Yeah,
open and bring people onto the dance floor.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you need to break that barrier
yeah.
of like people just like talking and like having conversations, whatever, like and make them like want to dance. What's coming next?
Do you ever think that that's just like one particular track that just like stops people in their tracks and they're just like, oh, and then they start dancing, or do you think it's like a kind of a slower build?
I think like it's like a slower build, but I definitely have like some bombs
Yeah.
that is like I know that when I throw that track or those tracks are like people is gonna dance
Hmm.
because it's just like people like them. Like I like them. Like sometimes I'm driving and I'm listening to this. It's like dude, like I just wanna move.
Yeah, yeah, I totally feel you there. Is there a particular genre that you've been leaning more towards, or like that those bombs that you say are in?
Yeah, I like minimal a lot,
Hmm.
minimal tech. So I think like I'm leaning more into minimal, but also I like to be open minded towards music, and like I listen a little bit of everything, honestly, and it really depends my mood. There's days that I don't really even want to listen electronic music, so I'm just like listening like Latin songs all day. Or like sometimes I'm just listening like ambient, or like sometimes I just listening like all minimal or techno, or it really depends. Like music for me is like therapeutic, and like I like to feel my vibe and how did I wake up, how do I feel,
Hmm.
and then make my day with music.
Yeah, such a important component of like our mood and our emotions. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
music can really make your day great.
yeah,
And like you can curate like your playlist for the day,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, I feel a little sad, like maybe I'll play like some sad songs like just to really feel it.
Yeah, lean into it. Yeah,
Exactly, like I like to feel the emotions.
yeah,
I'm like I really like yeah, I think it's the most important thing for me, like to feel what I'm feeling right now and then embrace it and then complement it with music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to hear what kind of mood you are in to express yourself for your set later. A few more questions for you here before we move on to that. But tell me what's been the biggest challenge for you so far as a DJ?
I think like the biggest challenge is I want to stay true to myself. And as I was telling you, I want to make like significant connections. I don't want to like make fake connections like just to get like into places or like to do things that I don't want to do, just like to achieve my goals. And I think that's one of the biggest yeah, like phases that I've been like going through. It's like I need to stay true to myself and to what I want, and if it takes time, it's fine. But I I, I don't want to be someone that it's not me.
Any upcoming projects or gigs or sets that you have that you're excited about and want to share with everyone?
So I really want to make like a really nice party for my birthday, because it's funny. Like my roommate, his birthday is 4 days before mine,
Okay.
and one of my best friends from here, his birthday is the day after.
Just combine it all.
Exactly.
Yeah, throw it into one big banger,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, yeah.
Nice. Well, it's been great to get to know you a little bit better. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Where can people follow your journey and find you online?
Well, you can follow the project of Mi Casa Tu Casa on YouTube.
Okay.
You can also follow me on Instagram, IC.AK. And yeah, on SoundCloud also, IZ.AK.
Great. Well, Isaac, looking forward to your set. Thank you for
Thank you
coming
so
on.
much. Thank you for inviting me. Really
course.
nice to meet you.
Likewise. Thanks for listening to that latest interview on Tiny Table Radio. It would help a lot if you hit that subscribe button now so I can bring on more guests and keep this show going. So hit that subscribe button now, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the set.